Good morning, everyone. So, in today's class, we shall study few of the features of the DBMS packages. So, first, we shall look into various aggregate functions. So, aggregate functions present in the Oracle. So, the various aggregate functions include count, max, minimum, then sum, then average. So these are the five aggregate functions we have in RDBMS software packages. So count is used to get the number of rows in the result. Then max, so this is aggregate function used to extract the maximum value of an attribute. Then minimum, so minimum is used to extract the minimum value of an attribute. Sum, so the sum function is used to add all the values of a specific attribute. Similarly, so average is used to get an average value of an attribute. So in order to understand the working of these aggregate functions and their syntax, so we shall create a new table. Okay. So create table, marks scored. Okay. A new table we shall create with attributes USN. So the general convention is that whatever attributes we declare, so we uh, declare them as varchar instead of character because there will be lot of space utilization if we use variable character data types. So and marks is one attribute to store the marks. So here we can declare this marks as an integer or as a varchar. So in relational DBMS packages, the data type which we represent, it doesn't matter when we apply aggregate functions. So this is with regard to only storage and extraction. And automatic typecasting of values will be done by the software itself. So that's why let us for time being declare it as a varchar and verify whether all the aggregate functions work properly or not. So this marks we can declare it as integer also. And let us declare few primary keys USN along with subject, which means a specific USN and a subject code cannot repeat. So let us create this table. So table is created. So we can check its description using the description command. So you can observe over here. So primary key 1 and 2. Now let us insert few values into this. Insert into values. 4J in 18C is 11. And subject also we can specify within single quotes since the data type is variable character. So here marks also I can either put it in single quotes or we can enclose it without single quotes. So since I have declared marks as variable character, so I can put it in single quote. Okay, so the row is inserted. So let us insert a few other rows also. So let us change the values. So four rows are inserted for four different students. So if we can check the values that are present in this mark score table, so you can see over here the USN subject code and the various marks which we had inserted. So in order to understand fully about the aggregate functions, so we need to insert a few more values. So what we do is we shall insert for at least some 3 4 subjects. So 52. See, we cannot execute all the insert statement at once. Okay, two subjects are inserted. So let me insert one more subject. So we have four students and three subjects. So total 12 rows are there. So we can check the values. So okay, 12 rows are written. So by default, what happens? Only 10 rows will be returned. Okay. So in order to increase the number of rows, so here we need to vary it. By default, it will be 10. So if it is 10, we cannot observe the values greater than 10. So you increase it suitably so that we can get the list of the entire result. So now if you observe here, so USN subject code marks, so it is there. So it is not sorted. So the manner in which we inserted the data, so it is exactly the same. So now let us apply the first aggregate function, that is count. So let us assume that we want to count how many students are present in this particular mark score or how many entries are there. So for that, so the is count of star from marks code. So this is the query. So this will return the value, that is 12. So which means 12 rows are there. And now if we want to particularly check for a subject, then we need to put a condition. So let us add one more condition where subject is equal to 18 CS 51. So which means how many entries are made for this particular subject. So this is the where condition. So it is also called as where clause. So where we will be equating subject is equal to 51. So now only this particular 18 CS 51 will be returned by the query, and then the aggregate function, that is count of star, will be applied on it. So now you can observe the count is 4. So which means 4 entries are there for this particular subject. So similarly, we can check how many subject entries are made for a particular USN. So here we can put USN is equal to 4JN 18CS002. So now it should return the value 3. So 3 subjects has been entered. So this is about the count. So count always returns the number of rows based on the condition which we have applied. Now, suppose if we want to find something like this. So where subject code is equal to 18 CS 51, let me put. So we want to know how many have scored greater than 80 in this particular subject. So then we can put one more condition using and marks greater than 80. So this is the condition. So two conditions are put in the where class. So first one is subject is this, then marks is greater than 80. So now let us run this query. So only one student is present currently who has scored more than 80 in this particular subject. So in order to confirm this, let us look at the data once again. So 51 if we take, so only one student has scored greater than 85. Suppose if we don't write this particular condition, that is subject is equal to this one 18 CS 51, then it will be applied for all the subjects. So now if you just run this without the subject condition, then the count returned is 4, which means 4 students have scored more than 80 in different subjects. So this count is useful when we want this kind of statistical data. So similarly, let us apply the other aggregate functions, max, minimum, sum and average. So in order to apply those aggregate functions, we need the help of another class, that is group by. Now let us look at the data once again. So it is present like this. Now let us imagine we want the total marks scored by a particular student, or for each student, we want the total marks. So that is by adding the marks of 51, 52, 53 subjects. For that, what we want to do is first we have to group the students, which means all these 12 rows must be grouped first. And the group should be such that in each group, USN should be same. Then what we have to do? We have to perform the sum operation. So that is how we do, right? In order to calculate the sum. So what we have to do? So if you want to find the sum of 0, 0, 1, so what we will do? First we'll group this row, then this one because the USN is 0, 0, 1, and this one will group. So 3 subjects we will get. Then what we will do? We'll perform the addition operation. So similarly what we will do for the second student, so we'll take this value we'll take, and this one, then we will perform the addition operation. So similarly for the third student also, we'll take their values and then we'll perform the sum operation. So which means before performing the aggregate operation, that is sum, we have to group the students. So the grouping is such that it is based on the USN. So if USN is same, then one group will be created. And on that particular group, we will be applying the aggregate functions. So let us write the query for that. Select. So the attribute list we will write later. From select from where. So if we want to put any conditions for selection, then we can write the where class. So otherwise, so we can omit it. And in order to group the students, so the clause is group by. So if we have a where class, we have to write before group. So group by. So it is a clause having 2 words, group by. Here after this group by, we have to write the list of attributes based on which we are grouping the students or grouping the entire data in the table. So it is the USN based on which we will be grouping it. So group by USN. So now when we write this particular class, what happens is our entire data in this particular table is divided. So it is divided based on USN value, which means so for each USN value, a separate group is created. So now in our table, 4 groups will be created for USN 1, 2, 3 and 4. So now whatever conditions we write, so that will be applied separately on these groups. Now let us come back and write the list of attributes. So when we have used the group by class, whatever attributes is mentioned in the group by class, that has to be compulsorily written over here. So if we have specified any attribute in group by, that has to be compulsorily written in select clause. So otherwise, so it will raise an error. Then what we can write is, if we want to put any conditions, so we can write it over there. So for example, in our case, so we'll apply sum. Now we are adding the marks. So what we have to write is sum of marks, right? So USN sum of marks. So whatever we had done, so that is grouping based on USN and then adding all the marks will be done using this particular aggregate function. So now let us run this. So you can observe the result over here. USN 2, 3, 4 and 1. Now the various sum is present over here. So now you can, if you observe the header of this particular result, USN is present, then sum of marks. So it is present like that. So we can rename this particular one if we don't want it to look like this. So what we can do is we can write over here total. So sum of marks total. So now this total acts as a alias for that particular attribute. So you can observe here, now it is renamed to total. So we can also specify the aliasing using the keyword that is as. So it can be mentioned over here. So there will be no change. Okay. So we can specify aliasing using this particular keyword, or we can write alias without this also. So now if you observe, so we have a USN and total. But if you look at the USNs, so it is not sorted, right? So USN 1 is present at the bottom. So if we want to sort the result, then we have to use one more class, that is order by. So here let us use it, order by. Then we have to write the list of attributes based on which we want to order it. So let us order it based on USN only. Now let us run this. So you can observe now USN 1 is present at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is ordered. So when we read this particular value from any programming language, so we will get the result in sorted manner. So in order to sort the result, so we will use order by clause. So and it also takes multiple attributes. Even group by attribute, group by clause will take multiple attributes. So if we have any other attribute to mention over here, we can specify it after a comma. Now, if we want to sort this particular data based on the marks scored, so we can also do it. So in place of USN, so we can specify like this. So okay, so it is sorted based on the marks, but if you observe here, it is sorted in ascending order. So the default sorting in RDBMS package is ascending order. But if we want it to be in descending order, so we can specify it over here using this particular keyword DESC. So now if you can observe over here, so it is sorted in the descending order now. So the total highest total marks is at the top now of the student 004. So this DESC is another, this DESC is used, keyword is used two times. One, it is in order by class. So another when we want to, when we are describing the table itself. So if we want to specify ascending, so we can write ASC. By default, it will be ascending. If you want it in descending, so we can write it as DESC. So this is the use of a group by and order by clauses. Now, if we want to get the maximum marks scored in each subject, then what we can do? If we want to extract the maximum marks, obviously we need to use another aggregate function, that is max. So let us put this max. For each subject, if we want to find, then we have to group the data in such a way that for each subject a separate group is created. So let us look at the data once again. So here, now if we want to find the highest marks scored in each subject, then we have to group the data based on the subject. Then what happens? For 51 one group, 52 another, 53 another group will be created, and then on that group we can apply the aggregate functions. So select, so group by is based on subject. So since we are grouping based on subject code, that is sub, so in the select clause also we must put that subject max of marks code. So now let us remove this alias group by subject. So order by we can remove it. So let us run this particular query. So select subject maximum of marks from marks code group by subject. Now if you observe here, for each subject the maximum marks is present: 52, 88, 51, 85, and for 53 it is 95. Now again, if you observe here, the subject code is not sorted. So if you want to sort this, then we can write sort by subject. Now it will be sorted in ascending order. Now 51, 52 and 53. So maximum marks scored in each subject is present. But if we look at this particular data, it will not be that helpful, because who is the one who has scored the maximum marks in that subject, we are not able to see it. That is, who has scored 85. So we want to know the highest scorer in that particular subject. If we want that information also, then we have to include the USN in the select statement. So what we can do is, so we'll put one more, that is USN select subject code USN maximum marks. So now if we run this particular query, so if we try to add a USN over here, so it is giving an error message, that is not a group by expression. So which means we cannot add an attribute which is not included in the group by clause over here. So what is the solution for this particular issue? For that purpose, in Oracle, so some of the DBMS packages, they allow us to list the attributes here itself, but Oracle doesn't allow us to specify. So Oracle doesn't allow us to list any other attributes, so apart from those which we have listed in the group by class. So if we still want to uh, list the USN who has scored the maximum marks, so we can do it. So before looking at that, so we shall quickly finish off all the aggregate functions. So max will return the maximum value. So similarly, minimum is there. So minimum will return the minimum value of that particular attribute. So you can observe here 55, 58 and 55. So that is the minimum marks. So if you want to find the average, so that is we'll add up all the marks and then divide it by number of students. So that will give us the average marks scored in that particular subject. So we can put the short form for that aggregate function is AVG. So you can observe over here. So it is giving us the result in a decimal also. So 51 it is 70, 52 it is 70, 53 it is 78.25. So these are the aggregate functions, so which we can use, that is count, min, max and average. So now let us go back to this maximum example where we want to find um, who has scored the maximum marks. So in order to get the USN of the student who has scored the maximum marks. So first what we need is we need to extract the maximum marks of all the subjects, and then we need to compare who has scored this particular maximum marks. So the query will be like this. So first what we need is, so we need the subject code and the maximum marks. So let us give a alias to this. So that is max marks from marks scored table. So let us clear these. Yeah. So select subject maximum marks from marks code. Then we'll be applying a group by based on subject, and then order by based on subject. So this will give us the maximum marks of uh, all the subjects. So you can check it, subject code maximum marks. So this result we must specify it as a another table or a temporary table, so that is created as part of the query itself. So we must store this table as a temporary one, so it doesn't get stored physically. So if you observe here, so it is being written in a parenthesis now, and a name should be given to this. So let us give a name, that is mm. So mm is the name given to this temporary data that is created. So now what we have to do is we have to join our original marks scored table and this particular mm table. So that will be our outer query. So that is select, what are the things we need? Subject code, USN, who has code, and then we must get a marks from marks scored. So again we can specify a alias for this particular one. Now we are joining our original marks score table and this one, that is a temporary table. So this for a query, this temporary table acts as a second table. So in place of the second table, we'll be mentioning this particular query. So from marks code as AA, comma, this acts as a second table for us, right? So which means in the from clause where we list all the tables that we'll be using in the query, we can specify a query itself, right? So next we can apply where clause. So in order to join these two tables, so the condition is the subject code first should match from our original marks code table and this subject code. So subject code should match and marks should match. So whoever student has scored 51 in subject code 51, 85 marks has been scored. So that particular USN we must display. So that's why our join condition will be where AA dot subject code is equal to dot subject code. So where is our temporary table that is having the maximum marks. Then AA is our original marks code table. So subject code will match along with this, and AA dot marks is equal to dot, here the name of the attribute of this particular table is max marks. So we'll write dot max marks. Okay. So now the two tables are joined based on the subject code and marks. Now in the select we are having subject, USN and marks. So here also we can specify from which table we are getting all of them. So AA dot subject and AA dot USN and AA dot marks. So now let us run this query. So you can observe the result. Subject code 51, this particular USN, 85 is the maximum one. 52, this USN, 88. 53, USN 1, 95. Now what happens? For all this, the maximum marks scored, a USN attribute has been added. So what is the logic behind it? So we are creating a temporary table that is holding the subject codes and their corresponding maximum marks. Then what we will be doing, we will be joining that maximum marks table with our original marks code table based on the condition that the subject code should be same and maximum marks should be same. So now the question arises is, what if two students have scored same maximum marks? So then what happens? For a particular subject code, there will be two entries. So for example, if two students have scored 85 in this particular subject, that is 51, then there will be two entries for this particular subject code, that is 51. So this is how we apply aggregate functions and utilize them in a single query or in a query like this. So if we had here in our example, we had written a query in the where clause, or yeah, here a query we have written in from class, where this result will act as one more table. So similarly, in few other queries, we may be writing this particular queries in the where class. If we write a query inside a where class, then we call it as nested queries. So this is not an example for nested query because we are not writing the query in where class, but instead we have written it in from class. So just practice these things. So as part of laboratory exercise also, so we shall discuss a few other concepts So in our next class, so for today's class, so we'll wind up here itself. Um, we had discussed the various aggregate functions. So that is count, sum, maximum, minimum, and average. So you can enter your attendance in the chat and exit.